ahead. So she took another Bible class on Ignitia. It's called Foundations for Living. What a good class it was. And it really sort of overlapped with some of the Bible doctrines we had been doing in Bible class. But she finished that too. She said, now what am I going to do? I said, well, how about starting Spanish? So she's already started her Spanish. I think she's finished one unit in Spanish. And so she's just really, she comes in. She's the first one in the computer lab for her Ignitia class. And she just works the whole time. I mean, she never looks away from that computer screen. It's wondering, cross-eyed or something, looking at that computer screen so diligently. But she works really, really hard. And I don't think you've had to work at home at all on them, have you? No, she hasn't looked at a computer at home on those classes. So all the work that she's done has been done in that computer lab during one period a day. And she has finished 3 half-year courses, plus started Spanish. So congratulations, Joni. You did a great job. I appreciate your hard work. Okay, another one that we do on Ignitia is Spanish 2. And these students finished Spanish 1 last year and then came into Spanish 2 this year. And like I said, it's not easy. It's not easy not having a teacher in front of you. And I admit that. I'm not saying that it's an easy way to learn, but these kids have worked hard, and it's really rewarding to see their grades and to see that they're doing well. Okay, but highest average in Spanish 2 is Abby Bedoin. Your favorite class, I know. Alrighty, the other thing I get to teach myself is Algebra 2, and I love algebra. I really do. I really enjoy it. The kids think I'm crazy because I like doing algebra problems just for fun. In fact, I take their tests with them. I take the test and I'll ride along with them. Only fair to say I've taken some of them years before, so I guess I have a little bit of advanced knowledge of what's going to be on it. Okay, so let me see. I have a couple awards here for Algebra 2. Make sure I get them out here right. All right. One student that has worked really, really, really hard in Algebra 2 and uses a lot of scrap paper, and I like that. And she is like I am. She attacks a problem and wants to get it right and makes her upset when she doesn't get it right. And she has just really been really diligent in there. And so I want to give this award to Jessie Chen. And she doesn't like scrap paper with lines. She likes blank scrap paper. Congratulations, Jessie. Okay, highest average in Algebra 2. This girl gets accused of being smart, and she is. The kids will say, oh, she's smart. She's smart. She is smart. But that's not why she gets good grades. She's very organized. She knows where things are. She does her homework and has it there. She's very, very studious, should I put it that way. And so she got the highest average in Algebra 2, not because she is an easy math student. It's not easy for her. But she has worked really hard and done all of her work and done very well. Abby Bedoin, highest average. Good job. You guys are done with that, aren't you? And then I have one other award for outstanding performance in Algebra 2. This student came through with the highest average, or highest final grade, on his final exam, which was not an easy test. It was the whole year. It was everything we've done. I don't say everything, but I covered all the material that we had covered this year, problems from way back in Chapter 1. And so I'd like to give an award for outstanding performance to Andrew Galinato. Thank you so much, Andrew. You did a great job on that test. You did a good job.
Thanks.
There you go.
You're welcome.
All righty. Let's see. I think I'm getting down to the end here. All right. A class I got to teach this year, which was a little out of my comfort zone, but I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. I hope the kids learned something in there, and that was economics. That kind of partnered with Mr. Fry's government class. We sort of shared that period, and so once again, highest average for that goes to Abby Bedoin. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Okay, my last class that I enjoy teaching so much is pre-algebra, 8th grade math, and I'd like all three of my students to come up for that, please. First of all, I have an award for the one who never gave up. Never give up attitude in pre-algebra, and that goes to Anna Ernest. Never gave up, Anna. Kept going. And diligent spirit goes to Emmanuel Hopridge, who fought hard for that highest average. Maddie just came over a little higher. Okay, and Maddie Warner, highest average in pre-algebra. And we had ice cream in that class at least twice, right? Yeah, we did it. We had a fun time. That was a good class. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello. For those of you who do not know me, I am the new person around here. My name is Miss Elise Enman. I teach the high school English classes and pretty much all of the music around here as well. So this was a learning experience for me entirely, since this is my first full year of teaching. So thank you for bearing with me, students. Thank you for helping me along with the staff and also the parents as well. But I have a few awards that I'm very pleased to give out, and it was tough narrowing it down to just a couple of people, but hopefully I did an okay job. But thank you to everybody. You tried extremely hard. You didn't scare me off too badly. So, all right, for my junior high English class, my 7th and 8th grade English class, they all worked so hard. I praised them pretty much all the time. They almost always had all of their homework done. It was a joy to teach them. They listened. I got to accomplish a lot with them, so it was really exciting to teach them. And for the highest average, I have Emily Haddon. And for a diligent spirit in the 7th and 8th grade, she legitimately looked really upset if she got a bad grade, or she was shocked if she missed a homework assignment, and that goes to Autumn Warner. I also had the privilege of teaching a music appreciation to the 8th graders, and it was a real pleasure teaching them. We had a lot of fun. I learned some. I hope they learned some. And for the highest average in that, I have Maddie Warner. For my 9th and 10th grade English class, we covered a lot, had a lot of fun, had a lot of discussions. Hopefully we learned. I would like to think we did. For the highest average in that, I have Grace Mansfield. And for the Diligent Spirit Award in 9th and 10th grade, the student, I don't want to lie, but I don't think she turned in an assignment late all year. And I was extremely pleased with her attitude. She worked extremely hard, and it showed. Maria Izzy. And for my 11th and 12th grade English class, you were a challenge at times, but you were also fun. Hopefully you learned. I know I did a lot. I learned a lot along with you, and hopefully I taught you along the way as well. And for the highest average in that, I have Abby Bedoin.
I'm back. Third time's the charm. I'll get it right this time. I teach two classes along with my roles as athletic director and coach. I teach 7th grade study skills, and I teach the high school boys Bible. We'll start with study skills. It's not a particularly difficult class. We meet 3 times a week. 1 day's a study hall, 2 days we're in a series of books that really are supposed to acclimate the student from 6th grade to 7th grade, getting used to moving from class to class, opening their locker, keeping their locker clean, writing down their assignments, just managing their self and time, getting their homework done, preparing for tests, different things like that. And because it wasn't a particularly hard class, there wasn't a whole lot of improvement or people dropping in grades, so they were all pretty consistent all the way through. But there was one person that really went above and beyond, and through the entire year, I believe, had over 100 average. So I'd like to present highest average in study skills to Emily Haddon. Now we'll move into Bible doctrines. I have a unique perspective from teaching these Bible classes because going to high school here, I went through all these Bible classes. Some of them are easier than others to where you don't have to study a whole lot. You can breeze through the memory work and the quizzes and stuff, but this one is not that class. This is probably the most like a college class that we have in the Bible curriculum because the textbook is just that. It's a textbook. There's no pages for homework. It's just doctrine. That's all it is. So the way that things were weighted were a little weird. Tests were weighted very heavily, and we only really had 2 tests a quarter. So it was a challenge for some of them to get used to not having to study a whole lot to really putting in a lot of work. And I definitely want to recognize one person for really putting in diligence throughout the entire year and then really picking up their grade towards the end. And I'd like to present the Diligence Award to TJ Ryan. And then highest average will be given out tonight to one of our 2 seniors.
Hi, I'm Betty Mean. I taught American Republic this year. I've taught kindergarten for 32 years, and when they asked me to teach high school, I was like, yikes. I wasn't quite sure how I felt about that, but I have loved it. I've absolutely loved it, and I've had a wonderful class that really motivate themselves, so they were a joy to teach. My highest average goes to a young lady that the first time I gave a test, her face was red, and I'm like, honey, breathe, you can do it. I know you can do it. My highest average goes to Autumn Warner. And they were so close, it was really hard to do. In fact, Mr. Fry had to do this for me. They were that close. For outstanding performance was Emily Haddon. And outstanding performance was William Essien. Thank you.
Don't give her a reason.
Exactly. They know this is not one of my favorite things. I'd rather yell and scream at them in class. I'll start. This year I taught 2 high school courses, one 7th grade math, and then 9th and 10th cultural geography. So I'll start with math. The highest average in math goes to Emily Haddon. I had Emily in fourth grade, and Emily has not changed, except she's getting taller than me. But then everybody's taller than me. So I have to remind those boys, you may get taller, you will get taller than me, but I'll still be older than them. So, okay, good. For outstanding performance, Autumn Warner. Actually, it is this and this. Great encouragement to me. Diligent attitude goes to Juliana. Where is Juliana? Oh. Juliana said something to me as she came in. Should I? She said, I am tall today. Juliana worked very hard. Now, this and this. And for outstanding performance, amen. She is hardworking and diligent student and has a very good attitude. So this and this. Thank you. Next is 9th and 10th grade geography. I don't know how much they learned, but I did learn a lot. It's cultural geography of the world, and we did go around the world. The only thing I think my regret is that I could not teach some of the students where Manila is. They moved it, yes. Somebody said in Africa. I said, no, they moved it. So now they are looking for, everywhere for Manila. So they don't go to Africa. They know it's not in Africa. Could be America, could be Europe, could be anywhere, Thailand. But so we still have to find out where Manila is. For outstanding performance, Samuel Ernest. Yes.
Thank you. Do you want a hug?
You have a hug for me? Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, do you? Okay.
For hard work and outstanding performance is Joni Haddon. Now. Diligent attitude goes to Michael Flory. Hey. No, you have to give me a hug.
Oh, I have to give you a hug.
Yes. He's double my height, but still has to. Diligent spirit towards studies goes to Maria Izzy. Okay, this and this and this. And highest average goes to the last girl left, and that is Gracie Mansfield. There. Okay, that's it. All done.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Mansfield, and I teach the high school computer classes to 7th and 8th grade, and then I also teach the seniors as well. I have awards to give out this morning for our 7th grade keyboarding class. The 7th graders learn how to type properly, the correct way, which sometimes is a challenge because they've been hunting and pecking for a while, but we want to teach them the right way to do it so they can become excellent typists. And I have a tie, actually, for the highest average in keyboarding. Both of these students worked very diligently all year long. The key to learning how to type well and to type fast is to practice, practice, practice. There's no shortcuts. You just got to get in there and type. And both of these young ladies did that. So my first highest average award goes to Amen Gallinado. And our other highest average award goes to Emily Haddon. Well, after learning to type in 7th grade, the 8th graders come back and they learn word processing in 8th grade. We still continue typing and working on building our typing speed, but we also learn how to format documents and in Word, and we also learn a little bit of Excel and PowerPoint as well. I had the 8th graders, and they all worked really hard this year and did a really good job. The highest average for word processing goes to Maddie Warner. And then in word processing, I had a student come in who hadn't really had any experience with keyboarding before, but she worked really hard and she caught up with the other students. And so I want to honor Anna Ernest for outstanding performance. All right, thank you very much.
I know Pastor Sam said the third time is the charm. I hope that works for me too, as I come back up. Before I begin with some of these other awards, I think it would be an appropriate time just to recognize all of the teachers that these students have learned from this year. I appreciate them so much. A round of applause for our teachers. Thank you. Some of you were here, you have children in the elementary program, and we're here in our last awards chapel. And I mentioned there that there is one particular award that I kind of designate to myself to give out. I appreciate faithfulness. I believe that is way too undervalued in our culture today. That today, and we all know it, well, fortunately, I don't have to deal with this on a day-to-day basis, but I know many of you do with your coworkers. How many of them, it's far easier just not to come in on a nice day? And your boss probably even knows if the day is nice, somebody's not coming in. We teach our children faithfulness from the time they're very young. Now, obviously, we don't want them to come in when they're going to make everybody else sick. That's a good policy to follow. But as parents, we all understand there's lots of times when our children, I don't feel good today. And maybe it's easy to say, well, you know what? Why don't you just stay in bed? That way I don't have to drive you in anyway. It's just an easier thing. it's better to teach our children that there are times we're going to feel like that throughout our lives, and we have to do it anyway. So I really, really appreciate the perfect attendance people, and we're going to recognize them. And let me just say a word about perfect attendance. For perfect attendance, you have to be here every day, obviously, but you also need fewer than 3 tardies per semester, because 3 tardies in a semester adds up to an absence. And so that's a very high standard that these students have met. 0 absences and fewer than 3 tardies in each semester, each half of the year. So I want to, and by the way, we have probably the largest group of high schoolers this year. In fact, we were talking, Mrs. Hamilton and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago. I've had fewer makeup assignments this year than probably ever in my teaching career. Just students who haven't had to do things late. And in fact, we'll recognize a perfect attendance tonight at the graduation. But to start with, I'm just going to call each of these names together and have you all come up together. The perfect attendance from 7th through 11th grade. We'll start with Nathan Fry, Autumn Warner, David Arthur, gonna turn pages, Joan Haddon, Maria Izzy, Grace Mansfield. That's it. That's such a great group. Give this group a round of applause. Congratulations. Great job, Dan. Appreciate it. Thank you. Maria, congratulations. And Grace. Thank you very much. Congratulations, guys. You can be seated. And I actually had related to that, and I should have mentioned this, in there, several of these literally had no tardies as well. Now, I know you might be able to understand Nathan. He's here usually about an hour and a half before anybody else, so it's pretty hard for him to be tardy, but I appreciate that. And then David Arthur, Maria Izzy, and Grace Mansfield, who I guess is in a similar boat, but no tardies either among that. So that's really remarkable. 0 on both lines. Congratulations to them. All right, now, let me change gears here a little bit. The next award I get to give out is given to 6th, 8th, and 12th grade. And the way we divide things at Latham Christian Academy, that means 3 different times I give these awards, since we did the 6th graders this morning, and we'll do the 12th grade tonight. But this is the President's Education Award. Now, I want you to pay attention, 7th and 11th graders especially. The way you win this award is related to 2 things. One, it is your classroom performance on math and language class. And secondly, it's your performance on standardized testing, in our case, the Iowa test. We got those results about 2 weeks ago, so we were able to figure the winners for this year. And I'll give those out in a moment. There are 2 different awards. There is a President's Award for Educational Achievement and a President's Award for Educational Excellence. So I'm going to recognize 8th graders for that. But first, I want to read a letter to you from the President. Congratulations on receiving the 2018 President's Education Award. Mrs. Trump and I are proud to join your family, friends, and teachers in celebrating this outstanding achievement. Through hard work and perseverance in the classroom, you have earned this great honor and set your path towards an even brighter future. We commend you on this accomplishment, and we send our best wishes for continued success as you further your education and pursue your dreams. Signed, Donald J. Trump, or at least I believe that's what the signature says. So first of all, the President's Award for Educational Achievement, which includes a certificate and a pin, goes to Madalena Warner. Then the President's Award for Educational Excellence goes to Anna Ernest. Next, the series of awards I'm going to give out, I'm kind of giving as a representative of our faculty. Our faculty nominate these, and then Pastor Walter and I sit down, look through all of the nominations, and it's usually a pretty long list, and we award these based on that. So I'm kind of representing our faculty in these areas. And the first one I want to give out, you get a medal for, and that is a Diligence Award. In some cases, it might be kind of a Most Improved Award, but this means some teachers gave them for individual classes, but these are individuals that we saw them being known for diligence throughout their classes. And I think you're going to have a hint of at least one of the winners, because I saw one particular student who's gotten several certificates from teachers who will also be getting a medal here in a moment. As the teachers would like to recognize the following students for their diligence. First of all, William Essien. Congratulations, William. There you go. Next, Michael Flory. You worked really hard this year. Congratulations. There you go. Next, the one I was alluding to earlier, Maria Izzy. Thank you for all your work. Next, James Ernest. Did you not work hard? I don't know. You want to take it back? It's up to you. Congratulations. Want to decline the award? I don't know. I also will award one of these tonight at our graduation diligence medal there. All right, I got to check my list. Next, we have highest average. I have a certificate and a medal for these individuals. These people are the highest in their grade, and we will again recognize 7th through 11th and save 12th grade for tonight. In 7th grade, the highest average overall in all of the classes for the whole school year, Emily Haddon. Congratulations, Emily. Good job. In 8th grade, Madalena Warner. Should I say Maddie? Congratulations, good job. In 9th grade, Joan Haddon. Congratulations, appreciate your work. Oh, got it. And then for some reason, I'm sure that means something on much prettier paper than the others. In 10th grade, I don't know, Mrs. Mead's looking at me funny, I don't know. But in 10th grade, Grace Mansfield. It's really, really nice. Good job. Oh, I don't know if I can shake your hand with this in it. Here you go. Congratulations, Grace. Thank you. In 11th grade, the highest average, Abigail Bedoin. Congratulations again. Thank you for all your work. All right. Up till this point, we've given a lot of academic awards, and we give each year lots of awards that recognize the achievements of our students. We started out on the physical awards, and then we've moved to academic achievements this morning. But certainly, I think we all understand, and I know parents, this perhaps is the main reason your students are here. We have that third domain, the spiritual. Spiritual achievement should be recognized as the highest level of achievement that an LCA student can reach. So for the remainder of our morning together, we're going to focus on these achievements of our students. We have a couple of awards that we're going to give that are kind of named after some Bible characters, and we're going to start with the Epaphras Award. This award comes from Colossians 4:12 through 13.